Hi everyone, I am Rahul Kumar. Now, recently the Allahabad High Court allowed to Archaeological Survey of India to conduct carbon dating of a Shivling inside the Gyanvapi mosque in Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh. The petitioner have claimed that the object inside the Gyanvapi mosque is to be a Shivling. The claim was disputed by the Muslim side, which said the object is a part of fountain. It set aside an order of Varanasi District Court that rejected the plea of scientific investigation, including carbon dating of the structures. So, let's talk in detail. What is carbon dating? So, carbon dating is a widely used method to establish the age of the organic materials, things that were once living. Living things have a carbon in them in various forms. The dating method is based on the fact that C14 and is radioactive. The decays at is well-known rate. C14 is an isotope of carbon with the atomic mass of C14 and the most abundant isotope of the carbon in the atmosphere is C12. A very small amount of C14 is also present. The ratio of C14 and C12 in the atmosphere is almost static and is known. So, what is half-life? Plant get a carbon through their photosynthesis. The animal gets it mainly through their foods because the plants and animals get their carbon forms in the atmosphere, and to acquire C12 and C14 roughly to the same proportions is available in the atmosphere. When they die, the interaction with the atmosphere stop, while C12 is stable and radioactive. C12-14 reduces its half-life and itself about 5730 years, known as its half-life. So in these things C12 is constant but C14 is reduces. That's why their difference is called half-life, and it is also helps to determining the age. The changing of ratio of C12 and C14 in remains the plants or animals after its die can measured in the and can used to reduce the approximate time when the organism died. The age determination is immediate things. The carbon dating cannot be applied in all circumstances. It cannot be used to determine the age of living things like rocks, for example. Also, the age of the things that are more than 40,000 to 50,000 years old cannot be arrived through the carbon dating. This is because after 8 to 10 year cycle of half-lives, the amount of C14 become almost very small and it is almost undetectable. That's why they are not immediate. Third is for determining the age of immediate things instead of carbon, the decays of the other radioactive elements that might be present in the material and become the basis of the dating method. This is also known as radiometric dating methods. Many of these involve in the elements with the half-lives of the billions of years, which enables the scientist to reliably estimate the age of very old objects. So now, what are the radiometric methods for age determination of non-living things? First method is potassium argon and uranium thorium lead. There are two commonly employed methods for dating rocks are the potassium argon dating and uranium thorium lead dating. The radioactive isotopes of potassium decays into argon are their ratio and can give a clue about the age of the rocks. Uranium and thorium have several radioactive isotopes and all of them decay not into a stable lead atom. The ratio of these elements are present in the material and can be measured and used to make the estimate about age. Second is exposure to sunlight. There are also the methods to determine how long an object has remained to exposed into sunlight. These apply in a different technique but are again based on the radioactive decay and are particularly useful in studying buried objects or change in the topology. The most common of these are called cosmogenic nuclides dating or CRN, and it is regularly applied to the study of age of the ice cores in polar regions. Third is indirect carbon dating. In some situations, carbon dating can be used indirectly as well, a way in which the age of the ice cores in glaciers and polar regions is determined by the study of carbon dioxide molecules trapped inside a large ice sheets. The trapped molecules have no interaction with outside atmosphere and are found in the same state as when they were trapped, and determining their age gives to a rough estimate of the time when the ice sheets were formed. Uh, what are the limitations of determining the age of Gyanvapi Shivling? There are the specific limitations in the case to prevent disruptive methods or uprooting for the structure and directed by the Supreme Court. Therefore, the traditional method like carbon dating, which involves to analyzing and trapped organic material bent to the structure, may not be feasible in the particular situations. So, what is the Gyanvapi dispute? The Gyanvapi dispute revolves around a Gyanvapi mosque complex in Varanasi. Hindu petitioner claim that the mosque was built on the ancient Hindu temple. They argue that the presence of siblings serves as a evidence of the temple's existence. The petitioner have sought the right to worship of Ma Sringar Gauri on the outer wall of the mosque complex. So, A management committee of the mosque, however, maintains the lands of is Waqf property and argues that the Places of Worship Act 1991 prohibits any changes to the character of the mosque. Historically, the Gyanvapi mosque was built in 1669 during the reign of the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb. It was constructed after the demolitions of existing Viseswar temple. The plinth of the temple was left to interact and served as a country yard of the mosque, while one wall is preserved as a Qibla wall facing Mecca. The present Kashi Vishwanath temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva, was later built in the ancient to the mosque by Rani Ahalya by Holkar in 18th century. Various claims have been made over the years, with some asserting that the mosque remains a original sacred place of the Hindu worship. So if you want to download this PDF, please check in the description below, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, share, like and comment.